Hi babes, welcome to Hamilton's Halogen, and this is your friend, Carrie Hamilton. This is a place where darkness meets illumination and truth becomes your turning point. Just like a halogen light burns brighter and hotter to reveal darkness, this podcast is about bringing light into places that many avoid. If you've ever felt lost in the dark, this space is for you. It's time to stop surviving and start shining.
For almost 4 years, I've prayed and asked, what is my mission? What is mission? What am I supposed to be doing? Am I making you proud? Am I living in that light that I am supposed to be living in and doing what I am supposed to be doing? I feel like I've always looked for some sort of grand announcement that, this is your mission. You are to provide XYZ. I knew in my heart that I am a very loving person and I lead each and every day with good intentions and pure intentions. And so I thought maybe I'm supposed to just keep loving. I wish I was a millionaire, a bazillionaire to take away the pain and suffering from people and, provide them homes and, put them in some sort of rehab and whatever, save the world. But let's face it, we aren't. And the true person that can save someone is oneself. And so this morning, as I did my morning prayers, I said, show me the mission. What am I supposed to do? Like, I feel that I'm lost. I feel like I'm looking for something, but I just don't know what I'm looking for. And that's kind of hard, right? And if this is not a true testimony of the reality that God is real, I don't know what is. So I did my morning prayers. I got up, as I'm recovering from a hysterectomy, I can't go to church. So thankfully my church has online viewing. So I sign on to online view and watch church from home. And lo and behold, they're talking about the mission. What is the mission? And the mission is to spread the word of the love of God, to be the witness of how God has worked in your life. So not only is this specifically a way that God has worked in my life, as I'm sitting here praying, saying, show me the mission, and lo and behold, I'm being told, this is your mission. So if that couldn't be any more clear, I don't know what is. And what really dawned on me is throughout this church service, I have been saying over and over again that we live in this convenient world and that, everybody is out here seeking love and we all just want to be loved, feel love, see love, peace, so forth. And the problem is, this is a convenient world. And love is a commitment. It's an internal feeling. It's not something you're going to just find off the street or something that you're going to find in someone. It is in you. And we have forgotten that because we are all creatures of habit. And obviously, if you are living in a convenience world where your shopping is convenient and your banking is convenient and doing school online is convenient and all of this stuff is at your fingertips and your conveniency, you are going to look for love in the same exact way. But you will never find love in a convenience because it's a commitment. It's through thick, through thin, through good and bad. It's for sickness and health. It is not something that is a outside piece of reality or piece of paper or piece of something or someone that is going to fulfill that love for you. And since we live in this convenience world, we are now a culture obsessed with customizing. We customize our streaming based on the algorithms of the things that we view. We base our politics and our newsfeed is filtered based on what we see as our political beliefs. We structure our life in general to who we want ourselves to be and what makes us happy and a place of comfort. But you cannot do that with love. We're all unique, and preference, sure, is maybe a great thing, but is it really? We customize this savior, this loving father, this universe, this source, whatever word you want to say, we customize this outside person to be this version that makes us comfortable. We don't have someone that challenges us anymore, or that provides us the way when we start to lose our destiny, when we start to lose what we are here and who we are to be. We customize someone to bring over and assume that they are going to make us or build us this fort when we're going through storms. But yet, are we really to be saved from the water that's making us wet to help us really know the blessing of the sun? Love is a commitment. It will never be a convenience. So we need to stop being the Karens starting to go to management and complain when our love is not seeking our best interest. We automatically want to give up or say that there is no God or there is no person of universe or source or something that's within us, and because we just don't fit into the customization and we didn't get our way into the customization and the preference that we preferred. Convenience is the perception that the world should conform to our specifications, which makes us then the consumer and the designer. But you see, we were designed already by the highest creation that there is, one with unconditional love that supports us through even the bad, the good, and the ugly. You see, we were already born into this world with love so deep from a commitment that would never fail us. So in this convenient world, you could be the consumer when it comes to your lattes or your groceries or the specific type of hairstyle you want. But you cannot be the consumer and the designer when it comes to faith, when it comes to unconditional love, when it comes to the power of one who will stand beside you in every single storm and steer you on the right path when you lose your sight of direction. You have to look within and find the love within yourself that you were born with, that you were put into this universe with, in your soul. Look deep within and find that love within you. In Luke chapter 8, verse 39, it says, "Return home and tell how much God has done for you." I am doing just that. I am doing that mission because for my awakening and for me wanting to know my mission and my purpose, it was because I lost sight of love. I looked and dreamed of love and to be loved by a man, because I had a father who abandoned me as a child and a stepfather that was severely abusive. Those were my images of love. And so as I grew into an adult, I seeked and yearned for that love from a man. And God said, hold on, I am your father, and I have never forsaken you or never loved you. And I needed to go through the storm of an abusive relationship, as crazy as it seems, because I looked externally my entire life by buying things, getting bigger and better, and looking outside, customizing this dream of love. And when that love that I customized became old or something else was bigger and better, I wanted that, and I just kept going. I just kept seeking because I was yearning for that feeling of love inside of me. And being in that abusive relationship and seeing the chaos, being, firsthand to that chaos and the commotion and the things that I always knew as love by sacrificing my own self, it was a horrible storm. And There's no way I could have survived having someone of convenience by my side, because when the storm got loud and the waves became heavy, someone of convenience would have looked for another shoe to wear or a bigger boat to sail on than the one that I was in. But it was the love of God, that commitment, and that faith that kept me going, to know that there was something bigger and better out there. And it started with loving myself more, to know that the storm wouldn't be here forever and that the sun would come out. But I needed to know that it wasn't something convenient that was going to save me. It was something of commitment. And the commitment started with myself, committing to myself of my worth and my value. And so maybe this is my mission today, to tell you that whatever storm you're in, don't seek that convenience. Don't seek that specification, that outside source, that outside vice, that outside thing, bigger, better, whatever it is. Go within, because there's a lesson for you to be learned. There's something that you are not seeing that is worth who you are. And there's a blessing and something bigger waiting for you. But you can't get that blessing until you get through the storm. Sorry, I had to get myself together there. In Acts 1, verse 8, it says, "But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you, and you will be my witnesses." A witness is just what I am. A witness to reality, that there is a higher power. There is a God. There is a universe of love so deep. Someone that created us, who made us some of the one. And truth, that perception and customizations and my convenient choices were not the answer. I was still settling for less. I was finding reasons because I wasn't patient, and love is patient. And I wasn't being patient because I was sufficing for reality. I was settling for less. I was thinking that my customized options and choices were the answer to my problems. And when things didn't go my way, or they weren't on the time that I thought they would be, or being someone of self-sufficiency and independency, I felt I always had to have the answer. I always had to be the one to get the solution. I had to figure it out, because that's the survival mode of life that I lived in. And especially becoming a single mom throughout my years, the same thing. But the truth was that I needed patience and I needed commitment. And instead of forcing what I wanted to fit into my comfort zone, I needed to commit and surrender the feeling that I thought I needed to be the one who is the answer and has the answer, and show that commitment that I was going to fulfill and have that relationship, so that when I was in deep waters, when things got dark, and when love seemed so distant, really something I never had, I realized I needed to find that love and to allow the relationship built with who created us, me, all of us, to know that there's a plan. There always is a plan, and it's not yours. And I needed to know to trust it. And trust is something that you have some sort of answer for, but faith is literally surrendering to the unknown. And when you are stripped from every possible opportunity, solution, specification, customization, you have nothing left. The only choice is surrender and faith. And that faith lies so deep on dependability when you have nothing left. So if I'm talking to you and you're still out there seeking convenience to the love that you yearn, seeking customizations to abide by wherever you are in life, things that are not of permanent but of temporary solutions, you'll run out of ideas. You'll lose sight of hope. You'll deny the person that brought you here, the universe, God, source. But someone who loves someone unconditionally will never turn their back when someone needs them most. And a lot of times that's what keeps you in the convenient world you're in, because of your commitment to that convenience. But sometimes you gotta love yourself more.